Nicki Minaj, the Triumphant. Can we all just agree that Nicki is an amazing rapper? She is beautiful and has a one-of-a-kind personality. Let's take a dive into her climb to the top of rap and pop charts, her beefs, her loves, and her fight to remain the queen of rap. Nicki burst on the rap scene through Cash Money Records. She saw Lil Wayne's tour bus and ran up like, "Hi, I'm Nicki and I'm a rapper. I'm dope. Let's make this happen." Now, mind you, Nicki was still dragging around Safari, who went by SB at the time, her boyfriend. He played the background while Nicki did her thing, so Nicki felt confident. Now, during this time, Lil Wayne was only in discussions over starting Young Money Records, and he was seeking talent. But Nicki didn't know that at the time. So if Lil Wayne was looking for a sign from above to go ahead and start his own record label, Nicki storming onto his tour bus was it. Their business still was not immediate because Lil Wayne was not 100% sold on signing Nicki. She was a female coming from New York, and that wasn't really Wayne's musical sound. He wasn't sure how to market her or if she would catch on. Nicki sensed his hesitation and understood his dilemma, so she met with Gucci Mane and Deb Atney in Atlanta and started putting out underground music. It was her mixtape that got everybody's attention. You had little girls and grown women singing Itty Bitty Piggy and talking in a Percocet-filled New York accent. The rapper Lil Mama tried to comfort Nicki, saying that, "Hold up, I'm that rap girl from New York City." Nicki addressed her in the rap lyric. "I'm the baddest in the school, I'm the baddest in the game. Excuse me, little mama, ain't nobody in my lane."
How do you feel about that lately?
Super excited. I feel like it reflects who I really am.
Nicki's buzz was undeniable, and Lil Wayne must have gotten scared because he told Nicki over the phone that he was going in a different direction and that he would pass on her. Now, maybe it was the Gucci Mane collaboration or the New York City connection, but Lil Wayne not signing her didn't stop Nicki. She had a taste of fame, and she was not going to let anything get in her way. Birdman got wind of Nicki and took her under the Cash Money record wing. But there was one caveat. She had to do a song with the original Queen of New York, Lil Kim. Birdman, Lil Kim, and Nicki Minaj did a single together called Grinding Making Money. It was released in 2009. It didn't produce much attention. Now, was that because Lil Kim wasn't hot anymore? Cannot be determined. But before the song and the whole promotion of the song, Nicki paid homage to Lil Kim, even started dressing up like the 90s Kim. But afterwards, Nicki no longer felt obligated to credit Lil Kim. Suddenly, Lil Wayne had a change of heart and signed Nicki to Young Money along with Drake and Tiger. And almost immediately, the public finds out about the drama and the beef between Nicki and Kim. Here are a few of the incidents that took place between them. In regards to the song Grinding with Birdman and Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim claimed that when she agreed to be featured on the track, she had no idea that Nicki would be on it too. In spite of that, Kim said she was cool with her, later claiming it would be good for women. Kim and Nicki met for the first time backstage at a Lil Wayne's concert. In 2010, Ray J spoke about the trouble that had been going on between Nicki and Kim. And while on stage, he stood next to Lil Kim and said, "I'm seeing a lot of Lil Kim impersonators. I'm not saying no names, but you know who." Lil Kim said, "We love her. We just want her to pay homage. If you don't pay homage, then F you." About 24 hours after Ray J and Kim's stunt, Drake got on stage after a Nicki's performance and said to the crowd, "I don't give a F what Lil Kim or nobody else talking about." As he points to Nicki, he says, "You the baddest chick to ever do this." Nicki laughed at Drake and said, "That's family." Lil Kim dropped Black Friday on February 11, 2011, during Nicki's Pink Friday album release week. Nicki and Remy Ma's beef was like an instigated one. Nicki used to be an acquaintance of Remy Ma, and they liked each other. They were both part of the New York City underground female rapping scene. So it came as a surprise when, during the height of her career, Remy Ma was sentenced to 8 years in prison. She only served 6, but she still had house arrest afterwards. And during this time, Remy witnessed Nicki Minaj climb to become the queen of rap. This made Remy feel some kind of way, so as soon as she got released from prison and was able to perform, her first song was a collaboration with the rapper Lil Kim that took direct shots at Nicki Minaj. The song was called Wake Me Up, and it was released November the 8th, 2017. Nicki hit back with her song featuring Drake, Lil Wayne, called No Fraud. In the end, their beef faded because Remy Ma had to realize her time had came and passed, and it was Nicki's turn. Nicki and Megan Thee Stallion's relationship started out as Meg being honored and looking up to Nicki. They did a collaboration together called Hot Girl Summer in 2019. Nicki was like, Megan is young, she's educated, she's smart, she can rap, she can freestyle, and most importantly, she writes her own rhymes. She embraced Meg super hard. This may be because she wanted Cardi B to feel some way about it. Meg was not about any beefs and wanted to be cool with all the female rappers. That being so, she saw no issue with collaborating with Cardi B. Meg and Cardi B dominated the charts with the worldwide mega hit song, WAP. This felt like a betrayal for Nicki, who saw Meg as taking sides, or at the very least, buddying up with the ops. Somehow, Meg caught wind of the shots Nicki was taking at her in songs, and Meg was like, nope, not in any beefs, and kept doing her thing. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are both from New York. Nicki worked her ass off the long way to get her status and name as the queen of rap. Cardi B, in fact, was a social media funny girl that made videos. She got many views. And she was also a stripper, and this grew her following. So much so that she got casted on the VH1 show Love and Hip Hop. Cardi B saw her chance to showcase her rap skills, and she began recording and performing in nightclubs. She got attention as a personality and started dating rapper Offset from the group Migos. Nicki and Cardi B got into a huge altercation at the New York City Fashion Week event in 2018.
Right down the middle! Nicki, yeah! Nicki, right down the middle!
And this left Cardi B with a huge knot on her forehead. There was talks that Ra Ali punched Cardi B on Nicki Minaj's behalf. But leave it up to Nicki. Cardi B is just another female rapper, but not the queen, not the best to ever do it. Their beef could have stopped there, but the Barbs, Nicki superfans, and Barty Gang, Cardi B superfans, eggs on the drama via social media, doing everything like @ing and DMing. It has dragged their beef to the point that they are still beefing to date. It looked hopeful in 2020 that their beef was over, with both Nicki and Cardi B expressing that they had nothing against each other. There was even a rumored collaboration on a song with just the two of them. Nicki said that if Super Freaky Girl is in the pop category, so should Latto's Big Energy. To which Latto DM'd Nicki and said, Nicki, I agree with you, but don't use my song to make your point. This sparked a bad reaction from Nicki, who published the DM and stated that Latto was a Karen that mentions her all the time in her interviews, that waited in line to see her in concert. She doesn't want me to say her name or song in order for me to make my point. Of course, Latto responded by leaking the phone call. Nicki was expressing to Latto the error in her attempting to discuss Nicki in a Vlad interview, stating, your camp should have told you that that wasn't a good look for you. Latto, in her immaturity, blasted her phone call with Nicki on Twitter and called Nicki a 40-year-old bully. Things got pretty ugly with the two going back and forth on Twitter. It's sad because Latto claims she was a huge fan and that she looked up to Nicki. Nicki also disclosed that the Grammys are playing with her because she pissed off the Grammys award show producer, a Mr. Ken Ehrlich, leading up to the 2012 Grammy. He promoted the Grammys because they asked her to. She did commercials, interviews, promo ads, in good faith that she would be able to get her performance. She was promised that she could bring the Catholic priest on stage for Roman's revenge. Mr. Ehrlich came to Nicki the day before the Grammys and told Nicki it was too controversial because Whitney Houston had just died and it may be too soon, so don't do it. However, the real reason may have been because it would upset the Catholic Church and bring the Grammys bad press. Nicki said, "No, I'm doing it." And as predicted, it brought heat from the Catholic Church, and Nicki was getting chewed up in the media about it. Nicki's response was, "Well, the Grammys knew of my performance beforehand," implying that if the Grammys had an issue with it, then they would have told her. This infuriated Mr. Ehrlich, and he had made it his business to block Nicki from ever getting a Grammy. In fact, he makes sure her competitors get a Grammy that they may not even deserve. The rap industry is brutal for women, especially women over 40. You instantly get labeled as too old, past your prime, regardless of how youthful, talented, or passionate you are. It doesn't offer the same pedestal as other genres of music for female performers 40 and over. Beyoncé is older than Nicki, and we love Beyoncé. But Beyoncé is a singer with a totally different acceptance level. A rapper is like a prize fighter. You must be young and at your prime to be respected. This may be why Nicki at age 39 is called old. Nicki is not washed up. Her 2022 Powerhouse performance was proof.
I told you stupid, dirty, busted bum hoes. Y'all gotta pick a side.
She has confidence, stamina, and a stage presence that some of these younger female rappers do not have. Just compare Aretha Franklin to Lil Kim's respect level, or better yet, a Missy Elliott to a Gwen Stefani. It's not the same. Nicki is triumphant because she knew the odds were stacked against her in respect to her being a boss, wanting control of her artistry, dealing with beefs from other artists and behind the scenes, such as interviews. She took all of those games and she still won. But as with most successful women, she needs to keep her legacy going while maintaining her spot at the top of her craft. Nicki is a married mother of a sweet little boy who she affectionately refers to as Papa Bear. Her actual name may be Joseph. Nicki is not afraid to let her opinion be known. So what is there left for a girl to do after 40 years old in the rap game? Well, Nicki has started doing her reality TV show appearances for RuPaul's Drag Race and a guest host for Andy Cohen on the Bravo show Real Housewives of Potomac in 2021. And she has her radio show, Queen Radio. Nicki is hard on herself when it comes to her body of work. She's a thinker and a planner. I have a feeling that she will only get better with time. Hello good people, this is Avril Hatala, and I want to remind you that some things being shared in this video is under the Fair Use Copyright Act of 1976. The comments and opinion in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only.